in Korea with Hyunwoo.
So this is the time to discuss some interesting Korean expressions that Korean people use almost all the time, but they're not that easy to translate into English with Hyunwoo
That's
선생님.
right. Yeah, good morning, Hyunwoo.
Good morning.
안녕하세요.
Yeah,
안녕하세요.
good to see you once again. How was your week?
It was good. It was good. I was busy as usual, but I've done a lot of things that I wanted to do in the beginning of this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Already?
Yes. So I'm pretty happy about it.
와, 좋으시겠다. 네.
네.
So what are some of your New Year's resolutions, if you don't mind asking?
The first thing that I decided to do this year is not make a lot of New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
So just do things as I, get to do them.
Sure.
So I've actually met my parents twice this year.
Okay.
And also called many of my old friends who I haven't, contacted for a long time.
Right.
So I wanted to do those things this year.
Well,
So-
that's
Great.
great.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. Spending more time with your parents, which
That's
is a
right.
good thing.
That's right.
All right, so let's get to your quiz question first.
All right, today's quiz is, which of these expressions describes the sound of quick steps or taps? Number 1, ping pong. Number 2, pitter pat.
Okay, that's an interesting question. Once again, please.
Which of these expressions describes the sound of quick steps or taps? Number 1, ping pong. Number 2, pitter pat.
Okay, thank you, Hyunwoo. If you know the answer, you can put it on our Bundy board or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. And you could also use our Bundy board. Check our website later to see if you're a prize winner.
And the prize that we have for you is 오메가3 되겠습니다. 자, 추첨을 통해서 선물로 오메가3 보내드리니까요. 꼭 확인해 보시기 바라고. And we have some small clips for you.
내 맘도 설레어 오래전부터 몰래 널 좋아해온 걸 나 고백할래요 수줍은 미소로 답하는 입술에 나도 모르게
이제 세계적으로 가장 큰 스포츠 이제 이벤트가 우리나라에서 열린다는 게 너무 설레이기도 하고요. 차근차근 남은 시간 동안 더 많은 관심을 가질 수 있도록 하는 게 가장
여자는 남자가 머리를 쓰다듬어 줄 때 설레요. 호감이 있는 사람이 하면 예, 아 하며 머리가 하얘지고 뭐라 말을 잃지 모르겠고 자기 전까지 곱씹다가 꿈나라에서 리플레이해요.
The
정말
last
그래요.
one, I mean,
쓰담 이러면 그래요. 네.
I see.
But you have to make sure that your hair is clean though.
All right, I'm a little lost. What is our topic today?
Today's topic is 설레다.
설레다.
네,
설레다.
설레다.
I never heard of this before.
People sometimes also say 설레이다 too. So
Okay.
both 설레다 and 설레이다 are recognized as
Okay.
standard Korean.
Okay.
And basically it is like a feeling that you have when you are excited about something that will happen,
Okay.
but a little more complicated just than, excited.
Okay. So what types of scenarios are we talking about then?
So the next morning, you are about to meet somebody that you have a crush on.
Okay.
Exactly like the night before, you will have all these feelings of 설레임.
Butterflies in your stomach?
Right. And your heart is like pounding.
Okay. Right. What else can we say? Butterflies in your stomach. That's an expression that's very commonly used. It's not a feeling of sickness.
Not
It's
really.
a feeling of almost anxiety.
Anxiety, but
Yeah.
In a good way.
In a good way.
usually happy anxiety.
Right.
So for example, if you are an aspiring actor and you are about to go on stage for the first time in your life,
Right.
in front of a live audience, and that's 설레다.
Okay.
그거는 설레기도 하지만 막 두렵기도 할 것 같고 그럴
That's right.
텐데.
Anxious excitement.
Anxious
There you go.
excitement.
Yeah.
Then can you say anxiously excited about something?
Yeah, usually we'd say I'm anxiously awaiting.
어.
So maybe your wife is pregnant and you're at the hospital, right? And she could give birth at any time.
Right.
You could say that you're anxiously awaiting the birth of your child.
Exactly.
That could be the night before, or it could be 2 months before or 3 months before.
Right.
Too, because I'm assuming that feeling of nervousness kind of is with you for a while.
That's
Of
right.
course.
Yeah, meeting someone on a date for the first time, before a big game, if you're an athlete, going for a job interview, while you're waiting in the waiting room, even if you're at the doctor's office waiting for results. And that's the example that becomes negative, right?
Right.
But you're still anxiously awaiting that.
I see.
Yeah.
But when it comes to 설레다,
It's only good?
I would
Yeah,
say
usually,
that.
yeah.
Right. And the one of the examples that we actually heard from these clips was about this lady or girl who was talking about the 설레이는 느낌 or the feeling of the anxious excitement
Okay.
that you have when there's someone that you have a huge crush on happens to touch your hair.
Okay.
Then you feel like this.
Yeah. I
You just
understand.
keep thinking about it like over and over again
Yeah.
to be reminded of that feeling. 선생님이 얼굴이 빨개지고 그래요. Why are you blushing? That means I'm supposed to be blushing.
Oh, am I blushing right now? No, I
It's a little
understand.
too hot in here.
I understand, yeah. So the feelings of excitement when you're starting dating or you have a crush on someone.
그렇죠. 네.
Okay.
And something important in your life will happen soon, and you're thinking about it, and just excited about it just at the thought of it. You know?
So what other expressions do you think match here?
I think when your heart is pounding,
Yeah.
when you say that in English, I think a nice equivalent will be 설레다 too.
Okay. So how do you put that in a sentence form then?
People sometimes say 뭐뭐 할 생각에 설레요. At the thought of doing something,
Okay.
I am 설레다. I am excited or I am anxiously awaiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
혹은 뭐 just before you go on this trip that you've been planning for a long time, 그럴 적에도 뭐 소풍 가기 전날도 그렇고 내 마음이 굉장히 설레요.
마음이
네.
마음이 설레다.
네,
설레다.
설레요.
마음이
네.
설레요.
You don't have to say the 마음 part.
Okay.
그냥 설레요.
Oh, you can just say it like that.
그렇죠.
Yeah.
많이 설레요.
Okay, so in English, can you just say, I'm anxiously awaiting or my heart is pounding? You can say, oh, my heart is pounding. Because in the context, the other person knows why your heart is pounding, right?
Exactly.
But your heart is pounding, I think, is very close to the time that it's about to happen. Yeah. You wouldn't say, for example, when I talked about giving birth to a baby, if you're a father awaiting that, 3 months before, I don't think you'd say my heart is pounding.
Not really,
But
yeah.
when your wife gets wheeled into the delivery room, then you'd say your heart is pounding.
Right.
Then how would you say that 3 months before?
You're anxiously awaiting.
I see.
So anxiously awaiting can be used right at the time or in advance.
I see.
But the heart pounding or the butterflies in the stomach thing is usually pretty close to the time of the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in 설레다, there can be varying degrees of 설레다.
Okay, I
So
understand,
if you're really, really excited and something's about to happen, I think you can also say thrilled.
Okay, yeah.
So would you agree that
Yeah.
you would,
You can say thrilled.
You can say, I'm thrilled
Yeah.
to become a father in 3 months.
Yeah, you can.
그러네.
You can also use that after the fact too. You know, I was thrilled at the news that my wife was pregnant.
I see.
Yeah.
설렜어요. Yeah.
그렇죠.
Oh, so 설레다 you can use in the past tense as well.
Right,
exactly.
of course.
Okay.
설렜어요. 방금 우리 말씀하신 것처럼 설렜어요. Or like I really look forward to 뭐 having this baby.
Yeah.
한다든지 정말 그런 여러 가지가 it kind of explains that feeling
Okay.
in many different ways.
You can also use anxiously awaiting in a business sense. If you said, if you had a client that was visiting, you could say, oh, all of us here at the office are anxiously awaiting your arrival.
In that case, that I know that expression works in English, but if you change that into Korean using 설레다,
Yeah.
You could give the wrong impression.
the other person might, misunderstand.
It's a romantic. You mean
yeah.
it in a romantic way. I understand.
네.
But
네.
if it's a business meeting that will actually decide the destiny of your company's future,
Okay.
or it's an acquiring type of
An acquisition.
maybe then you are 설레다.
Okay.
But other than that, you don't really want to use that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
same within a business setting. You wouldn't say my heart is pounding. You wouldn't say, oh, we are so excited you're coming.
Right.
Our hearts are pounding. That
That's
would
right.
be a little weird.
그렇죠. 막 가슴이 두근두근하고 오신다고 하니까 거래처분이 오신다고 하는데 가슴이 두근두근하고 막 기다려지고 이러진 않겠죠. 그죠? 그렇지만 말씀하신 것처럼 많이 기대하고 있었습니다. 뭐 이 정도가 되지 않을까 싶네요. 자, 설레다라는 표현 참 설레어 보고 싶네요. 자, excited, 뭐 thrilled 여러 가지 뭐 표현이 있었습니다. anxiously awaiting 하게 되면 좀 시간을 한참 두고 한참 전부터 많이 기대되고 기다려진다라고 할 때 쓰는 말이 되겠군요.
All right, so Hyunwoo, that's all the time we have for this morning. Can we have the answer to your quiz question, please?
Sure. The expression that can describe the sound of quick steps or taps is Peter Pat.
Yes, just like your heart can do that too,
That's
right?
right.
이거 우리말로 뭐예요? 통통 뭐라고?
통통통도
정말
되겠고 두근두근도 되겠고요.
피터 패트가 두근두근도 되는군요.
That's right.
네, interesting. Okay, thank you so much. 정답 주신 분들 가운데 추첨 통해서 선물로 오메가 3 얼른 보내드릴게요.
All right, thanks, Keanu.
Thank you for having me.
See you next time.
See you next time.